had my husband helping me with those doubts that I had as that young person, and he was my biggest fan throughout my entire career. And I owe him a debt of gratitude because he was the one that kept pushing me, and other mentors that I had in the organization that gave me the tough love that I needed when maybe I didn't really want it and I didn't maybe understand at the time, but it kind of jolted me out of whatever it was I might have been thinking at that particular time and helped me move to the next place.
It means to me, in practice, when it's practice, a real awareness of who's around, what's around, where you live, and how people are important. Everyone's important where you are. To me, it's a real awareness, a deep awareness, not cerebral, let me check the box, or I have to do this, or I have to attend that. And it becomes drudgery, but just an awareness.
And we just looked at each other that morning, kind of stunned, certainly scared. And I just said, guys, this deck will never see the light of day. Let's just pull up some chairs. Let's, basically be authentic and say, look, here's what we know, here's what we don't know, here's what we're going to do to find out about what we don't know. And we're human and we're scared too, but we're all in this together, and there's no benefit for us to conceal any information from any of you. No. We'll find a way. We'll find a way to get through this as unscathed as possible.
They were misdemeanors. Luckily, one of the shoplifting moments, I got caught with $495 worth of stuff, and which was $5 away from it being a felony. And
you didn't know that at the time, right? You just got lucky.
Wow. The way that I found out was I was in the little holding cell, and the cop was going through it. And he gets on the phone and he asks his superior, he says, hey, when we're looking at how much to write down here, do we include tax? And then I just hear him say, fuck, damn it. And then I asked him, what happened? He's like, we don't include tax. If we included tax, then it would have been a felony. So he was actually hoping that he could include tax so that he could make it a felony.
I'm so appreciative of those moments of reality of, being able to, how do I say it? Reevaluate what was going on. And I learned so much about myself through coaching. And that's really what kind of brought me to this present moment of being able to be a coach, move into the executive coaching world, but also, or move into the coaching world, but also help professionals, during their moments of transition.
In the end though, for us, it's really about, we just want to have projects and be able to tell incredible stories. And so, we less so around how we get the funds, more so around making sure we have incredible partners that we like working with, and then also delivering on whatever we're looking to do, so that we know that the film will do well. That's an important part of my job is not only creating a great film, but also educating the client around what it can't be in order for it to succeed in this business. I can't feel like a commercial. People are buying a ticket for it. That's a big deal. It's got to be something that is entertaining as well as just super cool and informative.
I was in a secure job as a nuclear physicist, working in a state-owned company in the UK, and I wasn't happy, but I was trepidant about walking the plank. In the end, I walked the plank. I decided that I had enough confidence in what I wanted to do and that I would make it a success, that I decided to take a risk, and my wife actually did the same. So we both resigned from our jobs. Ooh. We remortgaged our house to the hill. We had 1 2-year-old child and 3 dogs. and we started the business.
I think and I'm all about, the people, I oversee people and culture, all of our hiring, I'm the EQ heavy proportion of this equation.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
So Brian's, facts, numbers, statistics, the spreadsheets, so when he tries to jump in, my area and insert himself where I'm like, it's a people thing, or, I'm trying to read a room, I get frustrated. But I think equally when he tries to explain numbers, the budget, the financial pieces of the decision that I've made and I don't understand, then sometimes we butt heads. We butt heads the most when we're the former versions of ourselves.
Cannabis is not homogenous. It comes in many shapes and colors and sizes, and you have to have tolerance for that. And I want to pause on that for a second, because I think about some of my friends who, a really close friend who's in commercial real estate, and some other people that are in banking and insurance, and I think about them being in this industry and doing what I do, not because I'm skilled at what I do, but more so because I have a disposition that allows me to, I think, be more accepting of people and their quirks. I think about these other buddies of mine. I'm like, there's no way they would have the patience or the tolerance for this. No way. They would lose their shit in a month of this.
Well, this all comes down to who you bring into the business, because it is the business wouldn't be authentic if anyone's seen the brand. It is meant to be polarizing. It is in your face. It makes not safe for work, jokes at times. It's meant to be polarizing, and you can't have that kind of brand if you don't have people who can create that brand internally. Yeah. And people who like that humor tend to like that type of brand, tend to love it. And that's why I think we have the product, market, and brand fit that we do.
You're going to be trying to figure out how to do it the right way. And there is no right way. Every entrepreneur including Mark Cuban, is making it up as they go along.
Amen.
We'll give you certain strategies and thoughts, but ain't no right way. Let's just put that out there. And then lastly, this will be lonely, emotionally difficult work. And so you build a tribe to help support you.
I think when we first started, we were we're going to make a water bottle. It's going to be easy. Plenty of people make water bottles. We're just going to put two ends on it. It's going to be flexible in the middle. And, it's easy to get, what we found is it's really easy to get to 90% of the way done on something.
Ooh.
Closing that last 10%, and it gets harder and harder with every percent. It's going to take more and more time. You could get to that 90%. You can have the idea for something and, a double-ended bottle with a silicone body. Easy. Getting all the details right so that it's actually ready for reality, and not just the product, but anything you're writing, anything you're creating. Respect the fact that you're going to spend a lot of time getting the shit straight before you actually feel like it's ready to go out there.
I think personally, my preference when I recruit is people that are within commute distance. Kind of, they're here in Colorado, or maybe they're down in the Springs or Fort Collins.
Okay.
They could be in the office. They could come in one day a week, or they could come in for a company meeting. But I'm not going to, but I've got talent that isn't here or has moved away from Colorado that is really important for me to retain. And so also having, even within a hybrid workforce, some folks that might come in occasionally, and some folks that you might not ever see.
We often think about, why do 90% of startups fail? What is it? Do they fail because it's a bad idea? Do they fail because, they can get the money? And I really believe the reason why they fail is they don't have the internal fortitude to keep going.
Right.
Yep. Because if you really believe in your idea and you are getting good feedback, you're on to something, and people are giving you that kind of response, and you have got to stay the course, and you've got to pivot. You've got to keep, for us, we didn't go where we wanted to go initially. So we went in a different direction to help us get there and to keep the lights on. We didn't give up because we didn't get to where we needed to go in a year or in 2 years. We continued to believe in what we were doing and figured out ways to make money to keep the business going,